Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to 2x2. We are going to be joined by the panel, my beautiful panel of Coconut Brick Studio, London Bridge Bricks, and Brick Hive, where we'll be sharing it between each other's channels once a month, talking about all the latest and greatest news of Lego. Today we've got some interesting things coming up for you guys. We've got Lego mocks, we've got the latest Lego news, and also some of your comments as well. So we'll get cracking on with the very first news, which is Sesame Street. Brick Hive. What's your thoughts on it then? Go on, give us your thoughts.
I like it quite a bit. I've been really anticipating this and also that Winnie the Pooh Treehouse set for quite a while now, and I think it looks like a really awesome set. The two really major constructive criticisms I would give on it is the structure of the buildings. I'm not sure how well that will work out in someone's city. I don't know if you might have to reconfigure some of the buildings or not. And personally, with not Oscar, Grover and Elmo, I really wish that they would, or was it the Cookie Monster? I can't remember, but they're just plain color. Like there's no print for fur or nothing like that. So yeah, other than that, yeah, definitely going to get it. Just not sure exactly how soon. Probably on day one, but we'll see.
Yeah, cool. How about you, Greg? What's your thoughts on it?
Well, I kind of like it. For me, it's something that I can fit in the city. It will go in there. I think Hive's completely right. The Hoopers building is a bit of a pain because when you look at it, and Just Too Good picked up on this as well when he did his review of it. When the way it's positioned is, unless you have it kind of angled at an angle like this, wherever way you look at it, you're kind of looking through it. And that's kind of not really the done thing. I got some minor criticisms of it. I think Count should have been in there. I think he's quite a massive character that he's emitted from it. Other things like there's one or two things like Grover. I think he should have been in it as well. Yeah, no, definitely. And Groucho, well, I don't know. He's like a remade BB-8. I mean, since when was BB-8, or rather, I should say Grover, actually round? You know, he was a furry character as well. You know, yeah. You know. So I'm a bit kind of. But that said, on the flip side of it, you've got Big Bird, fantastic. You got Bert, fantastic. You got Ernie, looks absolutely brilliant. We've got really good prints and stuff like that. I think it's quite an expensive set. I think £110 here in the UK for 1,367 pieces. I think is okay, but my main criticism from it, and I do like it, and then I may even be building it tomorrow, folks, in the stream. But my main kind of criticism for it is the 18 plus thing. It's the most least 18 plus set I think they've ever made. I mean, basically, if they come out with a set over £100, they just seem to, stamp it with an 18 plus set. And I don't know. I look at the construction of it, and I kind of think to myself, well, it's quite playful, really. It's got quite a lot of playability, and that's kind of aimed at kids. And the last time I looked, 123 Sesame Street was aimed at kids. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts about it.
I think that's the thing, because also I think there's a lot of people saying that about the Mos Eisley set as well. It's like they stamped it with the 18 plus set, but it was very much a play set. It's like Lego's really got to kind of get their age rating right, I think. But Coconut, what's your thoughts on it?
I think it's like the building itself looks really cool. I think it's going to be a really fun set to build. It looks like there's a lot of cool techniques and stuff on it. I do have to agree with Hive. I think it's weird that they put, I'm going to be honest, I don't know the names of like all the Sesame Street people. So the red one and the blue one, I think it's kind of weird how it's just the torso. Like, it's got those little armor pieces for like knights. I feel like you could have even made that red and stuck it on there. It would have given them like a little bit more of like a round like shape, but just kind of having the plain torso like that, I don't know. That's kind of strange. I do kind of understand the 18 plus rating because I know the Sesame Street especially is very nostalgic to like kind of an older generation. So I feel like we almost have like a Central Perk or a Flintstone set here where they're kind of like, okay, this generation's kind of grown up, but they grew up watching Sesame Street every morning or whenever it came out, you know what I mean? And so it's kind of like appealing to those people who are super into Lego, but like, oh, I loved Sesame Street as a kid. Now we can build the house. I can get all the characters together. So I do appreciate when Lego does stuff like that. I think it's cool. I always like it when they branch out, even if it's into something I'm not super interested in. I like to see them trying new themes and not just going with the same old sets and kind of, try something new.
Yeah, but what in regards to like the Lego ideas thing, because obviously these are brand new molds, these are brand new characters that they come up with, and surely that goes against everything that Lego ideas is, because they're not supposed to make new characters, are they? Because they're supposed to be just like normal figures. They're not supposed to have. They've got to be existing molds.
Well, by doing that, they've completely broken the mold of the Lego ideas. And also, the last thing I always thought Lego ideas never came with any stickers, and this particular set is actually riddled with them.
Yeah, there's a lot of stickers in it. I mean, it's not the first one to come with stickers, but yeah, traditionally they never have stickers in them. But this one I hear has got a lot of stickers in it, so it might put a lot of kids off buying this one, I think. Yeah, with the sheer amount of stickers in it, and obviously missing, like you said, Greg, like missing Count, and I think there's also some new Sesame Street characters that's recently added in, which apparently are very popular. I don't know the names of it, but
yeah, and there's references to them. There's like a female character in there called Abby Cadabra or something like that. She's an addition, and she's referenced in there, as is the Count, as is Mr. Snuffleupagus. But like Mr. Snuffleupagus, no one ever sees them, and they're certainly not in the set. That's for sure. I
think a lot of people are starting to go, "Is this the Flintstone set all over again?" Because a lot of people are going, "Where's you're missing figures out of this one?" And like there's certain things.
Yeah, that's true. And there wasn't even that many particular figures that they could get wrong in the Flintstone one. But they they missed out the dino and all that sort of thing. But but it's another one of those Lego idea sets where a lot of people will argue that the original person, the designer, the fan designer, once that's been handed over and given to the Lego designers, they've completely done something else with it. So yeah.
So on to the next amount of news is obviously following up from the these are more rumors than anything else. I think we've got to call them at the moment, but the new Star Wars wave, the 2021 Star Wars wave that's coming out next year. Obviously a lot of them sound like a lot of remakes. You got the X-Wing, we've got the TIE Fighter, and a lot of micro fighter sets which are still out now. They haven't been retired. What do you reckon, Brandon? Do you think they're a bit of a cop out, really?
I don't know what's going on with them. I mean, and when we talk about Star Wars, like, look, I know that they're gonna have a standard of maybe some repeated sets and stuff like that, which I don't have a problem with, over certain periods of time, in case somebody missed out, which include myself. There's sets that I missed out on that I hope that they'll remake. But the Star Wars universe is so grand. You know what I mean? There's so many different things that they could do. I don't know. I don't know why they're not. I've heard and I believe that Lego is scared sometimes to take chances on things. So maybe they're afraid they're going to make some sets that people aren't going to like. But I just find that silly to think of. You know what I mean?
I heard one statistic that only 4% of Lego Star Wars is from Attack of the Clones. Only 4% out of all the Star Wars waves that they've done. That is all you get from Attack of the Clones.
And even to touch upon that, like, let's take the 501st Battle Pack. And I know a lot of us have talked about this many times, is like, look, I can go to almost any Walmart or Target or whatever in my area, and I could probably find a Luke's Landspeeder threefold, you know what I mean? But I have only seen the 501st Battle Pack once at my local Walmart right next to me, and that's because I'm so close to it. I saw 4, I bought 2, left 2, never seen them again. At any Walmarts, at any Targets, not at the Lego store, barely online. Twice I've seen it online, and of course, then it's gone in a matter of seconds. I haven't seen it at the local toy stores. Now, granted, I know they'll sell out faster, but it's like, what's going on?
Yeah.
I think the argument though for doing Attack of the Clones and stuff like that. I mean, Attack of the Clones really, I don't think was a particularly good film. I think clones, yes. Adding in more clones is very much something of the moment that people like the clone stuff, and I think there's a lot of stuff that they could do with exploring there. I mean, to be fair, they are coming up with the UCS gunship. And that's about as Clone Wars gets. That is.
But I mean, think about like how many Jedi and Sith that there are. And yes, we've gotten a Darth Revan, you know what I mean? But I'm talking about like some sets. You know what I mean? Like give us some Knights of the Old Republic. It doesn't even have to be continuity, man. Like give us some video game stuff or something, you know what I mean? Like just give us something besides an X-wing and a TIE fighter. And I love TIE fighters.
Yeah.
You guys know that, man. But like,
Yeah, man.
like, get creative.
Yeah, and the thing is, I think Lego are in one of those nice areas, their arenas that they're doing so well that they can take a chance with stuff.
And I want to say real quick also for like the younger, and I'm not talking about like just T-falls and stuff, but even like Coconut and you guys, man, like you guys grew up with that second wave of Star Wars movies, you know, like for the prequels, you know what I mean? Like, and I feel like you guys aren't getting your fan service, you know, like me, so like I mean, don't get me wrong, I know like so is kind of in between, but like but Greg and I are a little more on the lines of like the older school, you know what I mean? And we get ours, dude. Like we get anything like several times over. I mean, how many Millennium Falcons have we gotten? How many X-Wings have we got? You know what I mean? Like, we need some Republic gunships. We need those not AT-ATs, but ATs, like all that stuff, man. I mean,
I definitely want more of it. I think there needs to be, a wider breadth of it as well. I mean, maybe Lego is getting a little bit of Star Wars fatigue or something like that. You know, there's loads of other, Jedis and Siths and stuff like that. I mean, but Lego, for some reason, they stick to a particular formula and they're milking it for all it's got. I mean, to come out with another microfighter that's a Millennium Falcon that we've had twice before already. We haven't even had that many microfighters. I mean, why don't they come out with something different, like a B-wing or something like that?
So many.
There's so many things to choose from, but they keep going back to the same thing. It's a bit like a writer who keeps going back to his editor and giving them the same story over again and saying, "No, you need to change up."
There's something else too about this whole new wave coming out. Is it me or are they going smaller with stuff?
Yeah.
I can't remember all the details, but yeah, like it seems smaller now.
$40 now for the next X-wing and TIE fighter.
And I know I complain all the time about the prices of them and stuff like that, but I don't want to go backwards. You know what I mean? Like,
I'd rather have more expensive ones and bigger.
Do you think they're trying to make a wedge between like this 18 plus stuff and like pushing, making more adult and then more child? You know what I mean? Not like an in between area.
Yeah, that's I've brought that up a lot on my stream. Hive is I feel like Lego is really starting to establish niches, corners for AFOLs, children, because back in 2008 all the way up to 2014, Lego Star Wars sets were massive because I own most of those sets and they're huge. But as time has gone on, they've started to get a little bit smaller, and I've noticed we're starting to get these 18 plus sets, helmets, Mosaics, Mos Eisley Space Canteen, and then we're getting these smaller like juniors play sets. These I call them midi scale because they're obviously the X-Wing smaller than the one I currently own. The TIE Fighter smaller, the Lambda class shuttle smaller. So I almost wonder if Lego is really trying to
I think I know why. Because you're not gonna have an average kid want to play with $100 X-Wing. You know what I mean? But if you spend another $100 or so, that's an adult that's gonna want to build it and then display it. So instead of going in the $100 range, they might try to be going like, but they'll buy a $50 X-Wing to play with or something. You know what I mean? I'm wondering if that's how they're trying to do that, man. Which is gonna suck because I don't want all my ships to be UCS ships, dude. I can't afford that.
Right. I think a lot of it has to do with, if you're going out and you're buying your kid a birthday present and he's 10 years old, you see this X-Wing that's like almost 1,000 pieces. You're like, he's 10 years old. Then you see this X-Wing, it's like, oh, it's 500 pieces. It's like 400.
It's almost like they would listen to my stream when I was talking about how like parents are going to start looking at Mega Blocks now instead of Lego. You know what I mean? For the price. So they're like, okay, well, we'll just start making some cheaper sets then, and
that's what
but they're going to be cheaper sets. They're going to look like sports Iowa fighters. You know what I mean?
And I tell you what this does for me personally, on a personal scale, it makes me look at the custom mock market, because that's certainly something I'm going to be doing next year.
So that could help. Yeah.
If I'm not getting what I want from Lego, I'm just going to go out and build it myself, because someone else out there would have thought up some great looking mocks or something like that. And I'm just going to go out there. I mean, recently, only last week, I bought a set of 4 instructions for 4 different TIE fighters that I'm going to build, simply because I'm not getting what I want. I want a TIE Defender. Why don't Lego do a TIE Defender?
One TIE Defender.
Exactly. And how long ago was that? You know,
That was a long time ago.
They've got ships from Rebels. They've got ships from the Clone Wars. You know, the Resistance. There was that one, for the love of God. You know, there was a little spell in that. But I still say to this day that one of my favourite waves ever, and the most diverse wave ever from Star Wars, was Rogue One. And arguably the best Disney film to date.
That U-Wing. Good stuff, man. I love that U-Wing.
And I tell you what, folks, I've got it to build, and I bought it, and it's got a great combination of a fantastic craft, a brilliant ship, and awesome minifigures as well.
So, Coconut, you're a big prequels fan, aren't you? You are a big prequels fan, arguably. So, what's your overall thoughts on what's potentially coming up?
It doesn't surprise me. I think Lego does a lot of analytics on what sells good, and I think they know, like I said before, the average person walking into the store, if they see like an AT-OT or just some random walker that gets 3 seconds of screen time, they're gonna be like, I don't know what that is. But if they see an X-Wing, they're like, oh, my friend's kid loves Star Wars, I'll get him an X-Wing. So I think they know what sells good, which, I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing that, but I think Lego has gotten to a point where Star Wars is doing so good they don't, because when you're doing good, you don't push yourself to be better. When you've got competition, when you're struggling, that's when you hit the drawing board. You're like, how can I make this better? How can I improve? But when you're at the top of the charts, sometimes it's like, well, we can do the same thing, and we got that steady cash flow. We can focus on other areas because back in 2008, the older areas, Lego was struggling a little bit. They weren't the powerhouse they were now, and I feel like they're really starting to push the mold back then with different kinds of sets. They were trying all different eras. They were even doing like stuff from Legends. You got the Sand Speeder. It's not really even a Star Wars set, which was just showed me that you've got people there who are really thinking like, what can we do? What else can we do? And it's kind of gotten to the point now where it's just kind of like, all right, we got Millennium Falcon, Shuttle, original trilogy sets because that's what sells, which is unfortunate because, like you said, most of the sets I buy are off of eBay because they're so old that I don't really, I can't buy them in stores anymore. But I'm the mindset of Greg. If I want something, I've got that custom ATTE back there. I'm all for the mock field, whatever you want to call it. I think there's some incredible mock builders out there.
Yeah, that's definitely something I'm moving into much more because there's a lot of Lego is so lucky. There's a lot of people out there like us, or rather other AVOLs out there that they do these fantastic, intricately detailed mocks. And you know what? I want some of that action. I want to build what they've built, what their vision of things is. Because quite often, folks, it could be a lot better than what Lego themselves come up with.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. But but at the same time, I was really surprised to find out that it was all going to be original trilogy stuff. Myself, I was quite surprised because how well the AAT, which was not a very good set. It's quite a very ugly looking set.
But also, they just had 3 new movies come out too, man. Like, what you guys aren't even gonna give some love to these 3 new movies? Like, there's been so much hate and division. Like, but hey, we don't hate the Lego sets. We don't sit here and be like, oh, we don't fight over that kind of stuff or nothing. You know what I mean? So why not give us another a better Kylo Ren's, whatever, or I don't know, man. Anything. How about trying to figure out some type of dreadnought, set? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like something. Cool. I just don't understand. Like, Star Wars is such a pivotal, unique thing that pulls Lego up. You know what I mean? And create it brought me back into Lego. Star Wars did. So
I tell you who I think would be a really good figure. Give us a little bit of the Death Star 2, a little bit beaten up. It's got that sub room just off to one side, and you've got an evil Rey in there, and you've got Rey as well and Kylo. Give me that.
Give me an evil Rey. Please give me an evil Rey.
I've got goosebumps just thinking about that, folks.
Right?
Give me evil Rey today.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, we'll move on to the next one where we're going to be looking at people's mocks. Very first mock we're going to be looking at is a PAC-MAN machine. Very nostalgic machine this one is. This creator was Jimmy DK. And yes, I'm a big supporter of this one. But I'm very interested to find out what my panel thinks of this one. Because that's very vibrant and very interesting builds. So Brick Hive, what's your thoughts on it?
I think it's great. And, I keep trying to get closer and closer looks at it because the detail is amazing. Like, and the placement of these stickers, which I'm assuming he custom made. But I love how where it says Pac-Man on the front, like it lights up.
You've got good pieces of that light brick.
Dude, and again, the detail is amazing on the console and around the screen and where the coins go in. Yeah, very, very cool.
Do you know what? I think that there's only one thing I would change about this particular set. You know, he's got the lights on there, and I know, Solo, you're really into your light bricking and stuff like that. Do you know what I would do? And quite frankly, I'll do this anyway because I've not even opened it up yet, folks. And that is rip out my Mario set, rip off his digital display, and pop it on there. I think there's a trick there to be made, but I think, me personally, I think it's a great looking set. Completely, I don't know about you, Hive, but it completely kind of pulls on the nostalgic.
Definitely. And the other thing too is, if this was something that Lego did, again, think about how many different arcades they can do, man. How many different games?
Oh God, yeah.
Space Invaders. It'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? You could.
You can make an arcade.
Yeah, and we could literally have a Lego arcade and throw in some. It'd be like an additional thing.
That's the thing. If they made individual ones like this after, let's say they did one a month, like after a year, then you can come out with a set where you could put them all in.
Yeah, that would be good, wouldn't it? The Lego arcade, folks. You heard it here first.
Because I think you're right there, Greg. I never really thought of it that way. That's really cool, actually. Yeah,
and I tell you what I like on it as well, and I think. Well, certainly Hive will enjoy this. I love the artwork on the side of it. I mean, it's got a kind of a bit of a graffiti, late 70s vibe about it. I love it. I really do. I mean, everything's there. You've got the classic Pac-Man logo. You got where you put the slots there for you putting your money in. You got the joysticks there. I mean, it's just everything about it. I mean, people love it, and I know. It wasn't that long ago. It was something like a year ago or something like that. Lego Ideas revisited other ones that hadn't got through. And I think it was something like the ISS that actually ended up getting through. So they revisited some of them. And one of them was the Sega arcade machines. So there is a lot of love out there for this particular genre of Lego building. And I'm certainly going to be interested to know what people out there watching this video think of it as well. And the fact that they've incorporated some lighting as well. I don't know. It's just I'd buy it. I'd buy it for sure. Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys have said it all. I don't think there's anything that I would say that hasn't been said. However, one thing I do really appreciate is that red. It's a really small detail, but the red trim along the entire side. I really like that because I use the same technique on my Etapal platforms because Lego slopes are very sharp. But if you put like a row of plate and you can curve and you can put some hinge pieces and make it curve, you can get a really nice curve. Small little attention to detail right there because he could have just left it with the yellow or put red tile along the edge or used red brick, but the fact that he did that really smoothed out some of those hard edges. I think that's really cool. I also really like the lighting on it. Really cool. Like, I don't know, to have this much detail on something so small, I could just imagine he's there building it and just accidentally pushes too hard and crushes the whole thing. Just so small and I don't know, impressive.
So the next one we're going to be looking at is the modular medieval house. So this one is actually a rebrickable one, actually. So he's taken the treehouse one and he's made it into this medieval house. I think it looks pretty cool, because I quite like my medieval stuff. And being that he's used no extra pieces, so if you've got the set, you can give it a go. The instructions, he will be linked in down below. But yeah, Brick Hive, what's your thoughts on it? What do you think of it?
I mean, I absolutely love it. I wish that, and again, this is, I guess, slight criticism, but I mean, I kind of wish there was some kind of highlight in there somewhere to break up the whole.
It's a lot of dark brown going on in there, which isn't the fault of the creator. They're kind of just using the pieces at hand. But
the reason why I love it so much is because it's just something that I could just put in my forest and would just look amazing in the forest. You know what I mean? But it's a very, very well built thing, and I'm always impressed when somebody can take an already set, a set that's already established, and then create something different. Kind of like when what was it, the London bus, wasn't it? Yeah. I think it was, yeah.
Oh, no, it was the VW.
No, yeah, it's the camper van. Yeah, that was the modular. Yeah. So, yeah, very cool, though.
Yeah. It's an interesting one because I'm actually my main criticism of it is that it's so dark. It's the dark browns. Now I've got a suspicion that it's actually down to the fact that those are potentially digital photos. Maybe not. I don't know, but certainly they are all filmed in rather a dark scene because scrolling down the page, there's actually a YouTube video of it kind of showcasing that particular set, and it looks a lot brighter. And it's actually highlighted a lot easier. If you scroll down on that high, you'll see what I mean. And it is clever. Don't get me wrong. I think it is clever. It's very medieval looking, that's for sure. And I'm not really into my medieval stuff that much. And I think it is clever. There's a great big tree there. It looks like an old English oak tree or something like that. And
I like the cobblestone sidewalk too.
Yeah, and that's pretty cool. I've seen that recently in Diagon Alley, and I think that's a nice touch. I also like the roof as well, the textures on it and stuff like that. And this particular set is modular and it is full of texture and stuff like that. But of course, being from the particular treehouse set that it comes from, there's just lots of dark brown. But like I say, if you look at the video for it, that dark brown actually looks a lot lighter than what it is. So maybe it's just a little bit of light trickery there. But yeah, I really like it. I can appreciate anyone that takes, a lot of, I mean, there's about 3,000 pieces, I think, in that particular set. And then just take that and has some kind of vision to convert it into something else. It's a little bit of genius there, I say.
How about you, Coconuts? Because I know you built the set when it first came out, didn't you? So what's your thoughts on it?
I think it looks really good. Just so much detail. I've tried to do this before. Back when I was a kid, you take apart your Lego set and you try to build something else, and they were always terrible. So to see just like this level of detail, like he's got like opening and closing shutters on the windows. He's got bars over the windows. He went all out. Like you can take it apart, and there's stairs that go up to the second bedroom with like a little bed in it and stuff. I think it looks really cool. I love medieval stuff, kind of like Solo. I'm a huge castle fan. And so it fits that aesthetic very nicely. Like he did a very good job because you can make an 1800s log cabin, you can make all different kinds of wood, but it looks very medieval, very English. And I don't know a whole lot of architecture as to why that's making me think that. It just looks really good. And I like how the roof comes off too. I think he did a good job of not just building a structure. He built a plaything, which is what the treehouse was as well. There's lots of play features. So he did a good job of not only taking the parts, but kind of the spirit and the feel of the build, and then putting it into his design as well.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. He definitely does capture the spirit of the medieval times. That's an excellent point.
I really like it. I'm a big fan of medieval stuff. I mean, because like in regards to like Lego's castles and all that kind of stuff. I'm a huge fan of it. I wish Lego would actually do more officially. But in regards to something like that, yeah, it is dark, but like I was saying, he's just used the parts from it. Definitely, if you have extra parts around, you can definitely make it a lot more vibrant looking. But obviously, being it's medieval, they generally are pretty dark anyway, and being that it is modular, so if you got the set, you could probably turn it into several other different kind of shapes and sizes of them. You got like bungalows and that kind of stuff. It's but also I love how you can take the roof off and then take the second layer off, and you can play around in there. I really like it. I need to kind of get that set one day and get it built, but for the time being, I think I might actually have a crack at that actually one day because I really like it. So,
I think it's one of those things. You could definitely take the treehouse, buy another treehouse, and have that next to it so it complements it. I think it
definitely does fit in that kind of world. Definitely fits. You could definitely have the tree alongside it and the house. I think, or you could even have the tree coming out of the house if you really wanted to. Yeah. In the worlds of mop making, there is possibilities are endless. It's absolutely amazing. Okay, so we're done with mocks. Now let's go find out what my lovely people have been building this month and what their favourite thing has been building or been mocking away at, as one of my panels loves to do mostly. So Brick Hive, what is your favourite thing that you've been up to this month? Because you've been a busy man.
Honestly, I gotta say it's probably the most recent thing I built, and that was the water mill from the Creator 3-in-1 pirate ship set.
Nice.
The whole time that I've been wanting that set, it's always been about the ship, and I almost want to get another one to build the ship. but there was a perfect spot for that water mill, and I just had to build it. And yeah, I really like it a lot. There's a couple little tiny critiques I think about it, but overall, it's very, very cool.
I'm a massive fan of that set, Hive. I really am. I've built the ship, and I've got to be honest, folks. It's one of the best things I've built this year. It's definitely up there. It's in my top 5, comfortably in my top 5. It really is.
I wanted to say the cantina, but that just seems, I don't know. That was too obvious for me, man.
I 3 in 1 set though. I think all 3 of those builds are absolutely like spot on, because generally like the other 2 builds are like, we get rid of them. But like the pirate ship, you got the bay, and also like you said, you got the other little one.
Even that skull cave is awesome looking, man. I'd like to get that too if I could. That'd look great, like along the beach. Yeah.
Well, you know what, folks? It's not going to be long till Black Friday, and I know one thing: my wallet's going to take a pounding on that day. That's for sure.
Amen to that. Yeah. How about you then, Greg? What's been your favourite things as
I tell you what, right, one of my favourite experiences that I've built this month was definitely Mos Eisley with Hive. That was a great all-day live stream, that was. And folks, if you want to see that, then please do check out the links in the description below. But what I will say, do you know what? I liked it so much, I built it twice. Bespin, the Bespin set. The jaw on the Bespin jaw, I thought it was absolutely brilliant. It really was. Now, I was lucky enough, I actually got a friend of mine obviously sent them over to me as well, but I also got sent over from Canada a freebie to actually review for this particular person. So anyway, I reviewed it and I raised some money as well for fairy bricks. So that kind of adds to a little bit more of the oomph as to why that's one of my favorite builds. But like I said, I actually did a review on it, and I actually enjoyed the building experience of it so much. I actually did a speed build of it as well, and I got to say, it hits that nice sweet spot of actually being a fairly reasonably priced set, if you can get hold of it, and it comes with some great figures, and it's an awesome scene as well. And I actually think Lego did a pretty good job of it. You get a very good Darth Vader with the prints around the cuffs going down his arm and stuff like that. You get Bespin Luke, who in the next month or so is going to be on the Lego magazine. It's going to come as a freebie, which is going to upset a few people. But all in, I just really liked it. And of course, it was rubber stamped with the 18 plus signature as well, which again, you kind of think to yourself, why is it 18 plus? But anyway, that being said, it was just a delightful little set to build.
So Coconut, I can only imagine what your favourite thing you've been up to this month.
I'm trying to think, I don't even know if I've built the Lego set in a few months. I've just been working on my mock. It's taken up all my time, I spend hours on it just because it's so complicated compared to anything else I've ever done before. Because right now, I've kind of finished the platforms that I'm trying to lay down like the terrain behind it, but I think I'm like 50 bricks up in the air right now. So I'm trying to figure out how to plate that area without creating, 100 columns of 50 bricks, which is going to get super expensive. So
yeah,
I've actually started running a couple structural supports throughout the top of the mock, and I'm going to create a bunch of bridges and build on top of that, which will actually save me a ton of money and time. So it took me a little bit to figure that out, and I'm still working out some of the kinks, but overall, it's coming along pretty good, and I'm actually having a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying this. Yeah.
It's looking good. Can't wait to see that finish now, man. It's looking amazing.
I know, it's looking crazy awesome.
It's epic.
It really is. So with me, my one's a tough one because I built this one week before last over on Greg's channel's London Calling, but I think I have to throw the flag to Darth Maul, the Lego Arts. That was such an interesting and unique experience. It really was, because I know obviously I've had a few people telling me, oh yeah, you're not going to like it because obviously it's a lot of repetition, it's going to hurt your fingers. But at the end of the day, I'm sitting there watching TV. I'm just taking my time, and I'm just really. It is an experience. It is an experience. Granted, you probably wouldn't want to do it for too long, but Lego's Dynamite into 8 individual plates, so you could just do a corner at a time. So it is a really good experience, and yeah, I definitely will start another one next month. I think I've got to give myself a month break to kind of get over that one, but it is really good, and they look like absolutely phenomenal. So they are a nice centerpiece for my wall anyway. And obviously, once I've got the room, it's going to be filled up with them. I might have to start on the Beatles next to go with the Yellow Submarine. I think that's going to be my next one.
Okay, so you don't basically go in and do the rest of the Sith collection then?
Yeah, obviously I'm going to finish off the Sith, but I've got like a little mural kind of going on over here, like what I've started up over here. I've got the Yellow Submarine, and I've got like the Beatles records like sitting behind me.
Okay. Yeah, nice.
That's going to kind of go around it. So I was like, yeah. Oh, that's going to hurt my fingers. That will doing all 4 of those. But it should be fun. It should be interesting. So on with the comments. Let's see what people's questions we have up and that people have been asking. Any questions you have for every last one of us, please leave them in the comments down below. And not only do you get a nice little shout out, we also answer your question as well. So you get 2 for the price of 1 there. So the first one we're going to start off with is Snap 2 Grid Bricks, and he's asked a really nice questions. You are all big Star Wars fans. If you were given an opportunity to create a Star Wars set, what would it be? Oh, that's a good one. So, Brick Hive, what would your most dream set be from Star Wars?
I don't know for sure what my dream set would be. And I've already brought this up before, but honestly, I would really I'd really go hard with the lightsabers. That's really what I would do. There's just so many cool lightsabers, and you can have a Sith line and a Jedi line, or even like in between, I don't know. There's just so much they could do with that. And even if they didn't just stick with the lightsabers, I would like to see, and I know how Lego is, but I'd like to see a weapons line. You could build Han Solo's blaster, or, build this, or like everybody, like there are all these different cool, or maybe like make a Chewbacca's bowcaster kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of very interesting weapons that a lot of characters have used. So
yes,
that's what I would do.
Definitely. I mean, the like in regards to blasters, I mean, you got the normal Stormtrooper blaster, but then you got the clones, and they're different, and then obviously you got Old Republic sequels, and then lightsabers. My God, I mean, how many Jedi were in the?
I mean, and Jango Fett's blaster was really neat looking too, man. I mean,
a grown baby, he was.
a Jedi temple. There's a good one. Give us a Jedi, a temple or something like that. That's all. And then give us a Sith version with a load of 501st going in there to sort out those little baby Jedis.
Well, that's made me think about in the past, like maybe the architecture line, how they can maybe dip into different type of series. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like maybe have some architectures from Star Wars or architectures from Harry Potter, or you know what I mean? Like different stuff like that.
Look at the Star Wars gift with purchases that we've had over recent years with the Endor set, the Moss set. And what was the most recent ones? It was like the
trench run.
Yeah, the trench run, which wasn't really more. It was on the trench rather than in the trench, wasn't it?
Right.
It was like a skyline of that, or Coruscant, or something like that, or Coruscant, as I should say. That'd be my idea anyway. That'd be my things, my penny's worth. So great question. Thank you very much for that.
How about you then, Coconut? What would your set would you love to see?
I don't know if it would be so much a set as kind of like a series for Lego. I think they should continue the helmets, but do Clone Wars. Like Clone Wars, I would love to see a Commander Cody based helmet, Captain Rex. That would be something so cool to just put behind my display case, just find my videos. I've got like 10 Clone Trooper helmets, like, Oppo, Jesse, or Trooper 5s. Like, I think that would be really cool. I'm surprised with how much I've enjoyed the helmets. I don't have any. I haven't even bought any, but I think they look really cool.
Yeah.
A great display piece, and it's just a cool little build. We get so many play sets and vehicles and ships. Sometimes it's nice to just take a step back from that and build something, that'll look nice. And I think, Captain Rex is really popular. Clone Troopers are really popular. And I think helmets would do well, because plus you can get that little minifigure which would help, put those kind of sought after minifigures back into circulation. And then you could kind of branch out. That way Lego doesn't have to build an entire set. If they want to put in waxer and boil, you can just build the helmet and then get them with that.
Yeah.
That's a really good idea. I like that. Yeah, those helmets are very cool.
Yeah, you just nicked my idea. I've got the helmets over there. I'm looking at that. They will look so cool and like pretty cool stuff.
And they can do like Bad Batch helmets and
like
definitely. What's the Darth Vader one going to look like? That's going to look pretty cool. You know, Darth Raven or something like that. You know, there's a Kylo Ren. You know,
Yeah.
or Boosh. You know, the one that Leia dressed up in the Return of the Jedi. That one. Oh, fantastic.
Beautiful. Like, that's the only thing I kind of got on my head at the moment. I'd definitely love to see a more prequel stance on like the helmets, like, because there's so many clone trooper helmets that you could have. You know, it's like,
Right.
it's like at the moment, Captain Cody, Phase 2 Cody. Woo, where is he at the moment? Come on, Lego. Where are we going to get the minifigure of him? But having an actual helmet series of him and then releasing an actual Phase 2 Cody as well, that'd be perfect. Absolutely perfect. And also, you got the sequel stuff as well, like a Kylo Ren, Supreme Leader Kylo Ren with all those like white, the red cracks going through his helmet.
Oh yeah,
that would look cool. That would really. I'll be very interested to see how they've done that. You know, because I mean, obviously they've done with the Boba Fett. You know, they put a dent in his head, so putting all those cracks through their head, that'd be a very interesting. I think.
Yeah. In a word, stickers.
Yeah, that is true, Greg. That is very true. Hopefully a bit more brick built in there as well, somewhere along the line. So the next question is from Fubuki, asking, have any of you picked up Diagon Alley? If so, are you or are you not? So Brick Hive, what's your thoughts on what are your plans?
Yeah, eventually I will pick it up. It's just going to be a little while. It's a $400 set. Yeah, it'll be a little while.
Yeah.
But I do like it, and I will get it.
Yeah, fair enough. How about you, Greg? What's actually?
Well, I bought it. I got it on day. It's an absolutely fabulous set. Of course, the massive caveat, the elephant in the room, is that I can't open it until Christmas Day. So it's a Christmas present from Mrs. London Bridge Bricks. It is. So I'm going to wait for it. So watch this space. That's all I can say.
Such a tease. Oh. How about you, Coconut?
Not going to get it. Not really kind of in my Lego wheelhouse. I respect the build. I think it's really cool, but not really something I'm interested in.
Yeah. And that's the same for me. I like the build, like the look of it, but it's, just not for me. And to be honest, I don't really see me picking it up in the future either, to be honest, But I do respect it, and it does look good. And, for all your Harry Potter fans out there, you're very lucky. So that's it for Q&A. So like I said at the beginning, please leave any questions in the comment section down below, and on the next one, on Brick Hive ones, we will answer them for you. Right, so that's the end of Q&A. So what's up and coming on everyone's channel this month? Or next month, I'll say. Or it's be 30th today, so happy Halloween. Brick Hive, what's up and coming for you?
Well, tonight on Halloween, I have my Halloween stream, and that will be fun. Everybody's going to be wearing some costumes. I'm going to be doing some 3D pumpkin carving, and I will be giving away some prizes. I've got Good Morning Brick Road every Sunday, 9:35, 9:40 Eastern Standard Time. And so I've got myself a new laptop. I'm getting ready to start getting back in heavy into the stop motion stuff again. And, I'll have like some more long haul videos and shout out videos, kind of peppered out in between. So,
Brilliant.
And of course, let's see here. Next month, Greg and I are going to be doing like we'll let you guys know about the date, but we're going to do a collaborative transatlantic live stream because it's going to be our year anniversary for the.
It'll be an all-dayer.
Yeah, it's going to be an all-dayer. Yes, so it's going to be a twofer. So
Very cool.
How about yourself then, Greg? What's up and coming for you within the
Well, coming up from London Bridge Bricks. By the time you watch this video, I would have done my Halloween stream, such as the zone that is, of course, the time zones between us and America. What else could we do? Well, every Friday, London calling, 7:30 UK time, and for a short while anyway, it'll be 3:30 EST USA time. Also, as well, I'm going to be doing a collaboration with Brick Hive, as you said, talking about our transatlantic. We're going to do an all-dayer, folks, because it's going to be our annual. It's kind of like our year's birthday of doing transatlantic live streams, and in and around all that, I'll probably be doing the odd collab here and there with a couple of others as well, bringing out reviews of magazines, polybags, and of course any sets that come our way, including tomorrow. I might be doing a Sesame Street 1, 2, 3 live stream. So that's what's coming up from London Bridge Bricks for the month of November.
How about yourself then, Coconut?
I I've got, more juicy Utapau goodness coming your guys' way. Every Saturday, I build it live so people can get a good in-depth look at what's going on. People like to ask me questions. If you want to know stuff about Utapau, that's the best time to come. Just, pick my brain about it or anything in general. I've got I think it's going to be either the first or second week of November. I'm going to be streaming every night, the entire week. I've done it kind of similar things before, and it's been pretty well received. So I think I'm going to try it out again. But people will know more about that in the future. And, that's pretty much it. Me and Mrs. Coconut have another build off coming up. We're trying to get her trying to improve her building a little bit, get her going faster. So.
So coming from me, Are You Mocking Me? That's going to be coming back. We're going to be getting some people together, and I'm going to be putting them together to find out who can build the mock fastest within 10 minutes.
That's a great idea, by the way, Solo. That's a great idea for an episode.
Yeah, really, really good.
So we're going to be getting those on. We're going to be doing again. I've got a Mrs. stream coming up where we're going to be building something, and probably have no doubt someone nagging in my ear telling me I'm building something wrong. That'll be coming up at some point. Going to be doing a few video game streams in the evening. People can laugh at me as I blow up God knows how many times. So that's it from me, and that's it from the panel. Thank you, every last one of you. Don't forget, everything that we have been talking about is in the description down below, and so is everyone else here. Please go check them out. And also, next month's one will be back on Brick Hive's channel. So please make sure you guys subscribe to each and every last one of you. Everyone, stay safe, stay happy, and happy Halloween.
See you all next time.